Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. We are playing with the Large Die of the Month kit from Spellbinders. And it's a bicycle. Like, how did they come up with this stuff? I swear, it's awesome. So you can make this in multiple ways. You can do it flat on a card, you can do it 3D, it folds, lots of cool stuff. But let's pull out our Jane Davenport Spellbinders die cutting machine here because we have a lot to cut out. So when you get your die kit, it can be slightly overwhelming because there's so many pieces. I would recommend just cutting them all out so you can see them, because sometimes with dies you can't really see what's going on until it's cut out, and then sometimes it's embossed so you can see more detail in the actual die cut. So that's my recommendation, and that's what I like to do. So I cut them all out. I didn't cut out the flowers this time because I have lots of flowers from Spellbinders, and I wasn't going to use it in this kit or these cards today. So I just didn't do that, but they come with flowers and a couple different tags. Okay, so I'm getting my stuff all cut out, and I decided that I was actually going to color my die cuts instead of using colored cardstock, which you certainly can do. I just didn't know what the pieces look like yet to be able to decide which color cardstock to use. So that's why I opted for all white and then color as I go. So I'm using this silver marker for the bike rim around the tires, a black alcohol marker for the tire rims, and then we're going to work on the basket here. So I'm taking out some Catherine Puller inks. I used Catherine Puller inks to color up all my stuff because they work beautifully to blend on cardstock. So I'm going to take out this icing on the cake is the darker brown, and the sand color was the first color I put down. And so I'm just kind of getting that nice and shadowy and shaded. Then I'm going to pull out the body of the bike, and that's going to be in this beautiful pink color. And then I'm going to use this Mardi Gras color, which is like a teal, for the bicycle handles, or the bars rather. And then a few little other accents on the bike. The handles itself I'm going to keep white. So here's that little tiny makeup brush that you get in the set that you figure you're never going to use. So I found a use for it. But I get my makeup brushes from Amazon, and they're super cheap and I just love them. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different color, lighter purple or a lighter pinkish purple for the tires themselves. So now we're going to start putting this together. So I realized here, this is the back piece because I'm going to make this into a tricycle as the demo video suggests. So I'm going to use this piece in the back that's going to help me with putting the two tires on. I'm going to put some liquid glue on the first black tire rim. That's going to go overneath. There's no such thing. It's going to go over the tire itself, or I guess that would be called the rim. And then the black part is the tire, or the inner tube. And then, is it called inner tube? Why am I thinking it's called inner tube? Anyway, you guys get what I'm doing here. This is really self-explanatory as I put this together. I am going to talk about a few of the pieces that are a little bit more difficult. Right here, this is the handle. This handle bar, or the bar itself, it had me so confused. But if you line up the rounded part with the rounded part on the body of the bike, it goes on perfectly. So you'll see what I'm talking about if you have this kit. It matches up perfectly. So on the back side of the handlebars though, I realized it was still white, and you're going to see that because it's kind of sticking out. So I just smushed some of that same ink color on my glass mat and picked it up with a water brush, because you can watercolor with these as well. Now I'm going to put down this little accent piece on the front of the bike, and that's going to be sort of like the, just like a metal piece that you would see to bring the body of the bike together. Now I did not color the back of this because you're not going to see it. If this is going on a card, you're definitely not going to see it, but I actually have this bike displayed in my craft room, and it's never facing the other way. So I probably should have colored the whole thing, but I didn't realize it until afterwards, and I was like, yeah, who's going to see it? Just me. And it's already facing me the right way. Now I'm putting on my handlebars, and I'm putting on those handles like one on each side. So it gives it a little bit of dimension. It makes it look a little bit more fun and realistic. Okay, one of the last things, not the last thing. I'm going to put on the pedals. So when you put the pedals on, you want to make sure to try to get the pedals to be in the opposite direction of each other, because that's how normally petals would work. And then you can have these little tiny pieces that also come in the kit are like the petal where your foot would go. You can do that in a different color, which I opted to. So I put that back into the pink color for the very ends of the petals. So the mechanism that makes the petals go around is the teal, and then the petal itself is pink. Okay, we're putting on our tires next. I got rid of that white sheet of paper behind us. I thought it was a little bit easier to see with the white paper, but we're almost done. So I'm putting on the tires right on those pieces. It kind of just lends to letting you know exactly where you need to go with them. It's very simple. Again, it can be slightly overwhelming at first, but once you start cutting them out, you're just piecing together a puzzle here, and it's really super fun. So I enjoyed it. And I'm going to put my seat on. So I first put the seat on in this purple color and then realized that I kind of wanted another pop on there, so I'm going to change that to black. And I like that a lot better. I think that's way more fun, and it just kind of really makes that like certain pieces of the bike pop out. So the tires and the seat. Okay, so we're going to work on our basket next. There's fold lines in here when you run it through the die cutting machine. I'm using really thick cardstock though, so it's a little bit more difficult to fold them. I still got it, good to go. Plus I wanted strong little baskets. So I'm just going to use some double-sided score tape to put that basket down and adhere it to itself. If you are going to send this on a card and it folds, I'll show you how it folds, you're going to want to leave the bottom of that basket open like I do. If you're going to display it and you want a little bit more sturdiness, you can put a bottom piece on there, which is the same piece just wrapped around the bottom. But I'm going to leave them open. I wasn't sure if I was going to fold this and put it on a card yet. I didn't decide until the very end that I was going to leave it up for display. So, but those are your two options. And then right here, I would recommend just covering the other basket with glue, and then they'll stick together. So I go in and I fix that a little bit because I put a little, just a little bit of glue, and then I went back and was kind of like, okay, let's add. Here's the folding action. So you can just fold it down and place it onto your card or put it in an envelope. It does not fit an A2 size envelope, but something a little larger would be great. I haven't tried a letter envelope, so that might work because of the length of it. And there is the finished bicycle. So cute. Seriously, how cute is that? I love it. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second card. And this card, we're going to make it a tiny bit easier. The rest of these cards move pretty quickly because I've already showed you how to assemble the bike, so we're going to skip a lot of that. I'm using these two Catherine Puller inks to get some green shading. I love how vibrant these colors are. They go on so smoothly, yet they're so bright in color. So I just am having a good time with them. The background is an old background I did many moons ago, and I want to start using up the things that I have sitting around my craft room because they're just sitting tucked away and they need to be used. I'm going to take out some art glitter glue here, and I'm going to place that down on the back of my bicycle. This I used mirror cardstock from Tonic, and I just really wanted that bike to just be the star of the show, but I did not want to do it in different colors. I just made it one solid silver platinum looking bike. That's it. I'm not sure that you would want to ride that bike. It doesn't look very comfortable, but it's all for show here. So that's it. We're moving on with it. And then I'm going to take this little tag here, which says Fun Times, and the rectangle that cuts it out and cuts the letters in all comes with the kit. And that will finish that card. So that was super fun and very easy to do. Once you know how to put the bike together once, that's it. You're done. You figured it out. You have mastered it. Okay, but now we're going to do something a little bit different with our third and fourth card here. I cut out these dies, and when I saw them, I was like, ooh, those look citrusy. And I don't have any citrusy dies, so we're going to make it look like it's a summer citrusy party on this card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a bunch of those pieces that look like orange slices or lemon slices or lime slices. Either one, because we are going to use all three. And I pulled out some shimmer cardstock from my stash. This is DCWV shimmer cardstock. I love it. I'm really going through that stuff. All right, so we're going to go back to our Jane Davenport die cutting machine here. And I'm going to look to see which one helps me emboss with a die. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to use this sandwich here, and it's going to emboss the die. So you'll see when I pull this out, it's not going to cut through because of that rubber plate. It's just going to put the impression on the back of my card. And there's my little hands, my little helper hands. She came in. She wanted to help me so desperately. So I used her for design. She helped me design this card, and she's just so super helpful. All right, so I get that all embossed, and I'm loving that. So then I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though, because I was going to just originally place the citrus stuff over it, but then that would cover up the embossing. So we're going in with the smaller makeup brush, and we're going to be using 3 colors, orange, yellow, and green, to try to match the best we can to our cardstock there on the left. And so that's what I'm doing first. I'm just going in and I'm placing down the color. It's okay if it goes outside the circle a little bit, because to me that just lends to the fun of the card, but it really doesn't even. I'm able to control that pretty well with that makeup brush because I chose the smaller size, and we're good. I'm liking that. Then we're going to start assembling, first putting down the white part of the citrus accent, or the bike tire, whichever you want to use. And then we're going to go in with the outline, because all this comes with the die. Okay, they pop out the outline here too. And I'm going to cover that because I thought that, you know, the skin or the peel of a citrus fruit has the color. And then I am going to keep adding those. Adia said the white should have been a lighter color of the colors we chose, which technically that is correct. I agree with that. We opted to go for the white though anyway, but that would be good too. Put a lighter color of it right on the white part, and it'll kind of make it a little bit more subdued. So we're going to cut that down, and then we're going to make a sticker with our Xyron, because I never do, and Adia is always begging me to make stickers. So I said, let's do one. So we're going to make the fun times out of this sticker from the Xyron machine, and this is the smaller Xyron. I'm just going to take my bone folder and kind of rub it through so that when I pull this off, it comes off pretty easily. And that's going to be my sticker. So I'm going to assemble that on the back of one of the pieces that I cut out as well. And then we're just going to figure out where to place that on our card. So as you can see here to the left, this little one is cleaning up. Look at what she did. She grabbed the rest of the sticker stuff and is just picking up the scraps. I love her. So clever. Way to utilize all the things you have. Okay, and now we're just going to place this right down on the center. But before we do that, we're going to use our Nuvo Shimmer pen. And we're going to make this citrus sparkle because it has to. Because it's citrusy. And it's just, it lends to it. And then Adi is trying to figure out where she wants to put the fun times. But ultimately, we decided right in the center was good. That way, it's a focal point, and we were happy with the way that card came out. So that's some close-ups of this card. And then the very last card, I'm not going to show you how I put it together, but I pulled up an old background again and then added some more of the citrusy accents with some of the solid cardstock. So that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I highly recommend this die. This one is so fun and so creative. Spellbinders just keeps outdoing themselves. So check it out over at the Spellbinders website. I'll link everything I used below. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss anything from me, and I love hanging out with all of you. So comment below so we can chat down there, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.